Congressman Fletcher, I have a question. I'm a Shelby County Election Commission employee, and I wore a Republican badge, and when I was working as a poll worker. And the reason, I'm a writing candidate that's running against you, but I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to inspire my generation to public service because I noticed that it was a lot of ignorance to the political process at the election commission. Because I had a Republican badge on, I was, called out, harassed, and I don't think it was appropriate to do that because I was representing the institution of government. How can we reform our government and have better educated voters in the 21st century? And that's what the whole point of my campaign is all about. And I think you're doing a wonderful job on the Hill, so I support you 100%. But how can we inspire a new generation to understanding the political process much better?
We must be more involved. We must be more active. Too many of us have been concerned about taking care of our families, taking care of our lives. I see people in this room who have hosted fundraisers for me. Bill, a few minutes ago, related back to that fundraiser. It's a terrible burden for people to have to help candidates to try to stay elected. But folks, we've got to get engaged. The doctors here at these tables, you have to communicate with your congressional offices, with your congressmen. People think we have the answers. We don't have the answers. We have to listen to our constituents. I come home every weekend, and I told someone the other day, when you start to see Stephen Fincher coming home once a month instead of once every weekend, it's time for him to come home. He's losing who he is, and I'm forgetting who I work for. We do not need to do that. I need to remember that you write my check. It's you who I represent, not John Boehner, not Nancy Pelosi, not the president. I work for you, and this is who I'm accountable to. So I think being better contacted, more educated on how the process works. And you're running against me, is that what you said?
Well, I'm a writing candidate.
Unbelievable. My day was starting out so good, and then I have another opponent. I'll take you, and then we'll... Yeah.
Nicholas Fagis reporting, seen in iReport on Memphis, walking by the Library of Congress. One of my favorite institutions here in Washington, D.C. As you know, I'm a notable writer myself, and this was established by Thomas Jefferson, one of our greatest presidents in the 1700s, 17 and 1800s. So Nicholas Fagis reporting, seen in iReport on Memphis, walking here by the Library of Congress, a pretty cool institution here that we need to keep preserving here in the United States of America. So Nicholas Fagis walking past the Library of Congress, a very cool institution here in the United States. You see, here are some Greek goddesses here on display here at the Library of Congress. Part of Roman and Greek mythology here on display at the Library of Congress. Pretty cool stuff. So Nicholas Fagis reporting, seen in iReport on Memphis, promoting the Library of Congress, because we need more people educated here in the United States of America. I ran a campaign to have better educated generation in the 21st century, and that's what I want done. So Nicholas Fagis reporting, as a Shelby County Election Commission employee, promoting the Library of Congress. And a special thanks to Congressman Stephen Fincher for granting me inauguration tickets. Nicholas Fagis reporting, seen in iReport in Memphis, also known as the Governor. Need a better educated generation. Nicholas Fagis here with Commissioner Heidi Schaefer. As I was stating before, I came up with the title. They came up with the title calling me the Governor here at the Election Commission by my woman Karen Hart. And I just wanted to say that I believe Governor Hassan is a good person, and a very caring person.
I do too, and his wife is from here in Memphis and Shelby County, so we feel doubly thrilled because not only is Governor Haslam a good businessman and a good governor, but he's got roots through his wife here, and
Yeah.
we love that because we are the largest county in Tennessee.
Absolutely.
And this how Memphis goes is how Tennessee goes. So it's very important to Tennessee that we do well. And I know Governor Haslam has this close to his heart.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe I'll follow in his footsteps.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner Schaefer. Okay. So Nicholas Pegues reporting here once again with my Facebook friend and Shelby County Commissioner Heidi Schaefer. How you doing today, Commissioner Schaefer?
Terrific. Thank you.
Well, I want to first thank you for inspiring me when I ran for Congress in 2012. I was running for Congress to inspire my generation to public service, not to win. And I want to thank you for being an inspiration to me. So, Nicholas Pegues for Congress 2012. And what is your statement regarding it? And what do you think that I impacted the state of Tennessee?
Well, I think that any time that a citizen takes part in his or her government, it's a good thing. And one of the things that I thought was very sweet was that Congressman Fincher was very gentlemanlike and kind and very appreciative of your efforts.
Absolutely.
Because he knew exactly what you were doing and why you were doing it, that it was an effort to try to draw more people into the arena, and that's always a good thing.
Absolutely, and it was to help, absolutely inspire generation to public service. So Nicholas Pegues reporting, also known as the governor, here with Commissioner Heidi Schaefer. We're going to get to a lot of good things that I'm doing in the community, for just letters from world leaders and a lot of inspirational things. So thank you, Commissioner Schaefer. Nicholas Pegues reporting, seen in iReport on Memphis. So Nicholas Pegues reporting, seen in iReport on Memphis. Nicholas Pegues, also known as the governor, here with Shelby County Commissioner Heidi Schaefer. And my next question is, what do you think about Pope Benedict resigning? And what do you also think about the Vatican writing me? They extended several greetings to me regarding the children of Shelby County. So, Commissioner Schaefer.
Well, I think that the Vatican certainly strives to be a good example and a beacon to the world. And I think Pope Benedict has been a very, very interesting and exemplary pope for us. It is interesting to understand he's breaking 600 years of tradition by resigning, but my understanding from his statement was that according to his own good conscience, he felt he could no longer do the duties that are required of a pope, and so he wanted to step aside and not just be a figurehead. I respect his decision and know that he will be blessed by God, and hope that a new godly pope will be selected and that he can be a beacon to the world.
Absolutely. And, I always enjoy getting things from the Archdiocese and the Vatican, so that's pretty cool, and it's pretty cool for Memphis. So thank you, Commissioner Schaefer. Nicholas Pegues reporting, also known as the governor. So Nicholas Pegues reporting, seen in iReport on Memphis, also known as the governor, here today with Commissioner Heidi Schaefer. And this is a philosophy I came up with, and I just want you to listen to this because I think it will help Capitol Hill when I went up to Washington and saw how I impacted the community, because so many people in Washington was inspired by me as a young person to know that I was involved in public policy, etc. So this is my philosophy. It states, the American people has chosen President Barack Obama to lead our nation once again. My theory is the world's wealthiest people, something that I am inspiring to become, have to be subject to a system that we are not comfortable with as leaders. My theory is the American people are like the students in a classroom who have elected President Obama as principal for 4 years. The students, the American people, still have to follow the teacher, the wealthy, in order to govern a classroom. It says, why can't this theory be something the American people follow? In fact, American people need the teachers, which is the upper 1%, for jobs, etc. Do you think the classroom model for America can at least restore order to our country? Regarding something in this philosophy, I know it's kind of complex, but I need to expand on it. But what do you think about that?
Well, I think that's a very good. I think that's a very good way to take a look at it. The other side of it is going to be, of course, Nicholas, that we always want dissenting views, because anytime somebody has power that's unchecked,
absolutely,
then human nature is that they're going to, maybe not purposefully, but begin to push it and push it and push it. One of the reasons that our country has been successful is that we have checks and balances built into everything. So, if you want to use the classroom model with the principal being the person who's in charge and the rest need to follow along, I would say that there would also need to be a school board in there and
yeah.
vice principals and parents of those students constantly acting as a check and balance.
Absolutely.
That's the beauty of our system. We never want for one person or one branch of government to become so strong that the rest of us can't pull back the reins.
Absolutely. So you're understanding my philosophy.
Yes, I think so.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Schaefer. Nicholas Pegues reporting, also known as the Governor. Nicholas Pegues reporting here once again with Shelby County Commissioner Heidi Schaefer. And what did you think about Caroline Kennedy visiting East Memphis in 2012? And also, if you had a message to give Caroline Kennedy, what would it be?
Well, I know the Kennedy family only by reputation, and I understand that Caroline has been involved in many charitable works. I think it was very nice that she visited our city. We're happy to have all kinds of people come to Memphis. We're proud of our city and of Shelby County, and we would welcome any of them to come back. I think that her charitable works are very exemplary and commendable, and we would invite her to come back.
Absolutely. Nicholas Pegues reporting, also known as the Governor. I think she was a very unique person because, in fact, I took a lot of photographs of her, but I was like, can I meet Caroline Kennedy? They was like, no, you can't do that. But it was so cool to see her. So, Nicholas Pegues reporting, CNN iReport in Memphis. So, Nicholas Pegues reporting, CNN iReport in Memphis. Nicholas Pegues, also known as the Governor, here with Commissioner Heidi Schaefer. And I've been dying to ask this question to Commissioner Schaefer is, what did you think about former President George W. Bush and family visiting East Memphis in July of 2012? And did you or do you know anyone who attended that event here in East Memphis? So, Nicholas Pegues reporting.
Yes, I did know some people who attended it, and they said it was amazing. I did not get to, but I always think it's good when our former presidents stay active and continue to represent the community, represent the country, and show that we can come together. George W. Bush I thought, was a very godly man and a man who tried to handle his duties in office with dignity. His wife Laura did a wonderful job. She had a real commitment to kids and schools and reading, which I share. And I thought the fact that they visited Memphis was a particular honor for our city.
Absolutely. And I have a website up now comparing me to George W. Bush. It's called Nicholas I.W. Pegues. I mean, it's just something that just kind of like took a life of its own. It has 450 friends now. And so it's kind of an inspiring thing for me because I try to inspire the city. And I have all these websites up, like Nicholas the Governor, so maybe I'll be a big time politician for the world one day.
Well,
so.
I like to, instead of politician, I prefer public servant.
Public servant and
public
statesman.
Servant.
Absolutely.
Yes, or statesman.
Absolutely. Thank you, Commissioner Schaefer. And, former President George W. Bush always extended me a 26th birthday greeting, and that was very inspiring to me also because he's a very special president to me. Really is. So thank you. Nicholas Pegues reporting, CNN iReport of Memphis. Nicholas Pegues reporting, CNN iReport of Memphis. And this is my last question to Commissioner Schaefer is, what is your message to my Facebook friends via Nicholas the Governor Pegues? Now, you created that, we both created that, Commissioner Schaefer, becoming kind of popular in the community. It started at the Election Commission. Now, since I made a Facebook, and you said it was kind of a support thing when you said the governor. I love that video when you said the governor and supporting me because I like Governor Haslam so much. But now it's becoming quite popular and a lot of people are on there. What is your message to my Facebook friends? Also, what would you say to my favorite supporters? I have a lot of favorite supporters such as Hannah Belts, Sims Humphreys, Terry Rowland, Molly Mendicow, James Humphreys, James Harold and Mark Goins and even Congressman Marsha Blackburn. And these people actually reside in the state of Tennessee. Now, I like all of my Facebook friends because they really inspire me, but these people are the ones who really stood out to me. And, of course, Kelly Jacobs, who works down in Mississippi in local politics. And basically my question is, what do you think about Nicholas the Governor Pegues Facebook? And could you please thank these residents for supporting me and us in our initiatives on Inspire My Generation?
Well, Nicholas, one of the things that I love about you and one of the things that I think is unique about America is that we truly believe that if something is humanly possible to do, then we have the basic requirement. And what we do is we look and see something that we might want to get done, and instead of looking at the obstacles, we look at the way to get it done. And Nicholas, I know you have certain goals in mind for your life, and you just go out there and you get them. And I think that is an inspiration to the whole community. Absolutely. That that there aren't obstacles except the ones that we put in our own way. There are challenges, but those are things that can be gotten around, and we can become stronger after them. And Nicholas, that's why I support what you're doing, because I think that you, by going out and going after what you want in such a positive way, can inspire other people not to fall into a gloominess or hopelessness,
Absolutely.
but to look for the possibility in every situation.
Absolutely. I thank you for that, Commissioner Schaefer. In fact, I had a wonderful Valentine's Day yesterday. I got so many letters from some of these individuals, so many international people, and they was like saying Happy Valentine's Day, and I was like, that is so inspiring to me that I've impacted the community and really changing the culture of Memphis. So that's very inspiring to me as a public servant. So Nicholas McGee's reporting, CNN iReport of Memphis, also known as the Governor. Thank you, Commissioner Schaefer, and you have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you. Governor Hassan here at the United States Senator Bob Corker's campaign.
That's right. Good to see you, Nicholas. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you, Governor Hassan.
Thank you.
You're a good person.